Hello, welcome to the Destiny Walkers Network show. I am your host, Karis L. Reed, aka the Destiny Chick, and we are super excited that today we are having our exclusive interview with special guest Candace Joseph for the September issue cover story, Purpose Magazine. But Candace is a business guru. She is the CEO of Joseph Consulting Firm. So we're super excited that she's going to be with us today. We actually got started off a little bit behind schedule because we got some good news. We got the magazines delivered today, so she had to come and pick up all the magazines that was ordered by her and her team, so that she can go home and be able to spread them out accordingly, and then have them, of course, for our interview. So we're a little bit behind schedule, but we're going to make up this time as the interview go along. So welcome to the Destiny Walkers Network show, where we are empowering women to walk in purpose. I appreciate your time. We're going to give our guests a few more minutes to come in, but as we do that, we have some announcements to share with you. As you all know, the Destiny Walkers Network show airs every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But for the next 2 Wednesdays after today, we're not going to be on live. We are transitioning into a collaboration with C1 Media, to where we're going to be on the smart TV platforms with Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and the other smart TV apps. So we're going to take about a 2-week break to kind of get into that transition. So for the next 2 weeks, we won't be recording simultaneously, but please be on the lookout for our new episodes as we go into October. The next awesome announcement that I have is, of course, the Purpose Magazine is ready and out. So go to purposemagazineonline.com and order your copies, guys. We're super excited that we have accomplished this milestone, and we want you to celebrate our win with us and support the magazine. Support. So with that, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play our little intro music, check all the platforms, make sure we're live, and then we're going to make sure, get ready for our guests to come in. So sit back, relax, grab your water, your tea, and let's have some fun. Go ahead and share the broadcast. If you're chiming in on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, let us know who you are, what platform you're coming in from, and we will shout you out. See if I can get my tunes coming in here. Got some Indy Irie, if she'll play. Maybe not. So anyway, let me check the platforms and share the broadcast as we wait for our guests to come in. I am super excited. I don't like silence. I really wish this would have played.
Have you ever seen a man in a hurry while also drinking a Corona?
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're good on that platform. Waiting on our guests to come in. If you are on Facebook, let us know who you are. Share the broadcast, start a watch party. If you're on Periscope, invite your followers. And we're going to get started. Let me check my other platform. Okay. Guys, I am super excited. Okay. Here we go. I know all of Candace's supporters are out there. Hello to the Joseph Consulting Firm team. I know you're out there. Hey, Brandy, I knew you were out there. I knew y'all was out there. Y'all not going to let your girl down. Thank you so much for coming in. It was a pleasure to have you and the team and Candace in the magazine. So yeah, you guys share out the broadcast and welcome. Let me see. I think she's ready. Okay, she's logging in. Just a minute. She will be in just a minute. Let me share the broadcast on my Facebook page. Ah. All right, she's here. All right, let's see our guest. Let's see our guest. Okay, let's turn that off. All right. And here she is. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Destiny Walkers Network show. Hello, Candace.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good. I cannot complain.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yes, before you came on, I was just letting the guests know that we had a very, very, very exciting evening when we came and we put the magazine in your hand, and we're going to get to that a little bit later, but they had to excuse us for our tardiness because we was on fire today. Okay, we had some legit reasons to be behind schedule. We're gonna make up for that time as the interview go on. So guys, welcome, welcome, welcome again. Share the broadcast. Start a watch party. Invite your followers if you're on Periscope. Share it out if you're on YouTube. We're gonna have some fun with Miss Candace Joseph. So as you all know, Miss Candace Joseph is the CEO of Joseph Consulting Firm. She is a community advocate, a phenomenal woman as well. I love her, that sweet soul. But she is the host of Business Broker Hour for her radio show. And then she is the CEO of, what is she, CEO of Joseph Consulting Firm, but she's a cover story for Purpose Magazine. So Candace, go ahead and give us a little bit about who you are before we get started into this interview.
Well, I'm Candace Joseph. I am a local Houstonian, born and raised right here in Houston, Texas. Went to Prairie View A&M University. I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority. I'm also a member of Iota Phi Lambda sorority. And of course, I am the CEO of the Joseph Consulting Firm, where, you know what, for us, it's, your idea, our plan, your success. We provide customized business plans for the business owner, no matter what level business they are or a nonprofit. I'm also the radio host for Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph on High Volume Music Radio, which is also located here in Houston.
That's beautiful. You are a woman of many, many hats. And we just love it because you are needed. We need powerful women like you who are walking in confidence and walking in your purpose, who is a leader in the community. So I'm so excited to have got to meet you and know you as a person, as a business owner, and as my beautiful cover story for Purpose Magazine. So tell us how you got started with Joseph Consulting Firm. We're actually waiting. We have a video that we want to share in a little bit, which is kind of still uploading. So we're going to go that a little bit later. But tell us how Joseph Consulting Firm got started and how it was birthed and when it was birthed.
Well, Joseph Consulting Firm, the entity, was birthed in February of 2016. Before then, I was a solopreneur. It just kind of started out when I was in college. Just basically my parents or my friends would say, hey, do you know how to do this? Hey, do you know how to do that? Do you know how to draw blueprints? Do you know how to do websites? Do you know how to write a business plan? So
Wow.
For me, it was, people just threw me in. I'm an avid reader. I'm a researcher. And I like a challenge. So
Yeah.
anything somebody throw my way, I said, okay, well, let me see the best way I can do that and get it done. So it started out like that, in my 20s, 30s. And then one day I was like, let's just go ahead and form this thing. And along the way, while I'm in my architect mode and building, let me create a machine of a team. And
Wow.
that's exactly what I did.
Awesome. That's so beautiful, and it's so phenomenal because you're a creative woman. I see a lot of creativity in your work. You have creativity in your flyers and a lot of your business that you do. So, did you go to school for that? What was your degree when you started off in college? Was it for business?
My degree is in business. I have an accounting degree, and
Awesome.
I graduated from Prairie View A&M in 2001. And
Woohoo.
from then, I just kind of floated. I floated through different accounting jobs, all while making sure that my skills were stackable. But also along the way, I did different seminars. I was a stickler for the Sunday paper in the business section where they would list all of the seminars for the week. So back then, I was working in temp agencies, and I was like, okay, well, let me try my hands at some of these other things. And so from there, it just kind of grew. I just thought about all the skills that I had, and then I listed out all the skills I needed in order to build
Yeah.
something in the future. So that's really what I did. I did the same thing with jobs. Um, I was a teacher for 4 years, and that taught me a lot about presentation and presenting and
Mm.
making sure that people understand any concept, even on the most basic level. So I just kind of took opportunities as they came my way, and I had a lot of great support from friends and family, just along the way. And I just put my mind to something and I just do it. I just stick to it.
Wow, that's awesome. And you mentioned having that support system. That's one of the main things that could help, that actually it helped you and it helps a lot of people. And I want to touch for a moment on your community advocacy. Having that support system, you support the community in a lot of different avenues. And I believe it's because you were supported and you give back. I mean, you just give back what was given to you. So tell us how and what do you do as far as your community, can't talk, advocacy, and what entities do you support?
Well, my whole goal is to assist people becoming visible.
Hmm.
A lot of times when people are starting out, their small businesses, they are, they're crunching for money. They're trying to figure
Yeah.
out how they can pay for certain things. So
Hmm.
I just decided to eliminate that burden. And
Yes.
someone needs a flyer, I make it. If someone needs a video, I make it. Someone has an event, I post it. If someone needs someone to create handouts, the team jump in and we do that. And
Yeah.
we want to make sure that marginalized communities are first and foremost, we want them to be seen. There are a lot of great nonprofits here in Houston and really all over the US.
Uh-huh.
And the only way people can know about them is if they're visible.
Yes, yes, awesome, awesome. That is so true. And excuse me if my screen went off. I was actually trying to make sure that the video was uploading. So what we're going to do is take a moment and look at who Candace is in the video reel that we have. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to share my screen because it's a beautiful reel, and for some reason it's not going to upload to where I share it here with us, but I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get a wider or broader idea of who Candace Joseph is and what she does. So give us a second, guys. We're gonna try this thing out here for the first time, but I believe we're gonna make it work. So give me 1 second. We're gonna make it work. Okay. And you let me know when you can see. Um, can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Okay, let me figure out what we're gonna do here. Let me figure out. Okay, share audio. Okay. All right. Think I gotta choose which one I want to share. I think that's what it is. All right. It's a beautiful reel and I love it. We gotta share this. Okay. What about now?
Okay, I can see your screen.
All right. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's get to this one. Okay. Can you still see it?
I can.
All right. Here we go, guys. Let's see who Candace Joseph is. Woo!
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Uh-oh, do I have some shy people tonight?
No.
All right, so you girls are called the Unicorn Squad, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Woo. That was phenomenal. Awesome. I love it. So, guys, you got to see the many beautiful hats of this phenomenal woman, and that was amazing. So, this is a type of artistic business video reels and craft that Joseph Consulting Firm does. Am I correct?
That is correct. We are your one-stop shop. When I say I have a dynamic team, they are amazing. I mean, we do everything from business plans to grant writing, marketing plans, financial strategies. We do promotional stuff. We do marketing, logos, websites, apps, photography, videography, video editing, produce music and beats as well. We also do strategic planning for clients that have goals that they want to reach in their business or even in their, in their everyday life. We provide a plan. I do one-on-one coaching with people as well as other members of my team. And, we help people produce podcasts, documentaries, books, proofreading, editing, some ghostwriting. If you need a notary, I'm not bad. The team is great. And, if you need a genealogist, I'm not bad at that either. And for me, outside of what, I do for the firm, I'm also a wedding officiant as well. So I like to stay busy.
Wow, that is, man, look, I thought I had a lot of irons in the fire.
But I
Baby.
wouldn't be able to do it
Man,
if it
come
wasn't
on.
for my team.
Yes.
I struggled for years to find my place in the small business sector, in the consulting sector. If it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't be where I am today. They pushed me. My best friends, Brandy Cambrick, who's been my best friend since 6th grade.
Aw.
Um, and also my sorority sister, she's my sorority sister as well. And then I have another sorority sister. She's not a part of the firm yet, but her name is Prathia Walker Bird. Those two were the catalyst to
Mm.
me actually starting the Joseph Consulting Firm in February of 2016. They said, well, hey, what do you need to get started?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And along the way, I reached out to my sorority sister, Sharita Guillory, and she was my college roommate at Prairie View 20 years. I reached out to her. I reached out to my friend, Osha Lawson of 10 years. I reached out to her, and said, hey, I want to be a Black CEO. I want to be a force for small business, for female CEOs. And
Yeah.
I asked them to join a journey, and
Yes.
they did. They did in my first year. And then along the way, I added some more talent because I said, "Hey, I need someone that's a little bit out of the box." And so I added Corey Bird as my chief innovative officer, to assist me with content and keeping up with trends and visuals and music. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I added him onto the team, and then I added my niece Deja Sattler. I added her because she is someone that loves social media and she keeps up with everything, and she helps me book guests for the radio show.
Awesome.
And then I interviewed Miss Danielle Ford on my show. She's the CEO of Geek Planning and Development, and we did a strategy session on air. And I said, you know what? She's somebody that my clients need. She's someone that's going to hold me accountable for the overall, vision and
Mhm.
mission of the Joseph Consulting Firm. So I added her, and then to round out the team, I added Danielle's daughter, she's an app whiz, computer whiz. She
Wow.
creates logos and graphics so fast your head will spin. Her websites that she creates are absolutely beautiful and amazing. And she's 16 years old.
Wow.
So I believe that you train up a CEO. So
That's right.
she's our CEO in training. And so she assists me on the administrative side in her spare time because education comes first.
Yes.
And I would be very remiss if I didn't mention my brother, Gregory Joseph. He came on to the team as well as my chief technical officer. He is amazing with graphics and photos and video editing and, teaching me things that I knew and things that we needed to push our clients further. And so he's amazing. For Purpose Magazine, he took all of the photos that are captured within. And, he's available for photos and video if anybody need him. And
Right.
he does amazing work for clients. He does amazing work for families, that want to capture their family history and moments and wedding videos. He does amazing work. So I wanted a one-stop shop for our clients, and I did that.
Wow.
But if it wasn't for them,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am. They make sure I eat. They make sure I go to sleep. They they send me text messages, say, "Hey, drink some water," or even at night, they'll text me and say, "Get offline. You're online. Why are you online? Why are you sending us emails at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning?" But for me, I dedicate those hours to push the vision forward and also to make sure that in any space someone needs visibility that we're helping. And I don't care about the long hours. It's a bigger plan than me, and it's a bigger plan than us as a team. And we're just going to keep spreading love all over the country like we've done. And that's just what we're going to do.
Oh, I love y'all. Look, I just feel y'all in my heart. I mean, you are so amazing. And this team, is so amazing. I mean, they're phenomenal. I've got a chance not to meet everyone in person, but it seemed like as we were putting the magazine together, it's like I was just getting to know them personally. You know, as I was reading their articles and their stories, and they're just as amazing and so humble as you are, and very talented. And I love the fact that you mentioned that if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you are. And that is so important because we have, there's people who get, where they want in life and they forget about those who helped them up along the way, or they don't even mention, the sisterhood and the accountability that their team and their family and everyone did to support them to get where they are. So I love the fact that you're so humble and you have these amazing women and men in your life that's a part of your team that gives your community, that gives your business and your clients so much value and so much quality in your consulting services. And I love the fact that it's an African American owned company and it's a one-stop shop. Guys, can y'all think you can't ask for anything better? I mean, because it's just like passing down the street and you see a sign that says, Baldwin's Tax Services and Multi Services, and it's just like the same thing, except you're African American and you
That's
own
correct.
it. So I love it, guys. If you need
And
anything,
this is the amazing thing about my team cars. This is the amazing part.
Mhm.
All of them are entrepreneurs in their own right. They all
Yeah,
have their own companies. They all have their own brands.
yeah.
And they believed enough in my vision to
Mm,
come aboard for my vision. So
come
yeah,
on.
they have their own companies and they do their own thing. They have their own brands. They have their own logos and websites and
Yeah.
social media account. They have that, but they also work with me.
Mhm.
So it's very rare that you get a group of entrepreneurs
Yes.
to come in.
Hmm.
And I mean, sky's the limit because they're not yes people. If I have a bad idea, they're gonna say, "Okay, Candace, that is a crappy idea. Let's figure out how to fix this. No, that's not a good deliverable for the client.
Yeah.
No, you pick that color. No, no." But I love the fact that, yeah, we're like a family. We
Yes.
argue, fuss, we're gonna fight. Some days we might not speak to each other because of something that we disagreed on for a nonprofit. But the great thing about us is that in the end, we all see the bigger picture of what we're creating.
Yeah.
And when you're helping a small business or a
Mhm.
nonprofit, you're helping them create their legacy.
Yes.
For us being consultants, yes, we are paid to do websites. Yes, we are paid to do apps. We are paid for all of that.
Hmm.
But for us, it goes further than that.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that people have great products for a great and fair price. But
Hmm.
we want to also give back to the community that's
Yeah.
given so much, from us, even from childhood, you know.
Hmm.
So we just believe in that spirit and we're going to keep pushing and we're going to add some things along the way, and I'm also open to adding more to my
Yeah.
team.
That's right. Definitely, definitely. Like you say, the sky's the limit and having that open mindset. And I just love the idea or the fact, not the idea, the fact that, as you said, all these beautiful CEOs come together. And, one of my favorite inspirational scriptures in the Bible says, how can two agree unless they, walk, or how can two walk together unless they agree? You all, even though you just said y'all might not agree sometimes, at the end of the day, it's about giving that quality to those clients and making those smiles and making a difference in your community and having that team who just have that diversity of creativity, because all of you all are unique and creative in your own ways.
Yeah.
And it just makes it more beautiful when all these different creativities come together and bam, make a product, bam, make a service, make a logo, make a suggestion. It's just so awesome. So that is so phenomenal that you are even here and your team is here and you guys are a Joseph Consulting firm. I love it. I really love it.
I mean, I have to say I was a person that went through, trials and tribulations along life, medical issues, uh,
Yeah.
I was someone that went through financial issues. I did all of those things, sometimes in the cover of darkness.
Mhm.
But my best friends were always there.
Mhm.
If I was somebody that I just wanted to be off by myself for a little while, they gave me that space.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for them because they always, made sure they gave me those reminders. Hey man, this gonna be the year you start your company. Hey man, is this gonna be the year? And I have to say, I'm glad that I I finally got out of my own way
Yes.
to find my worth and know that I'm worthy.
Come on.
And you know, it took a lot. It took a lot of discipline. It took therapy. A lot of people don't like to talk about therapy, but it took therapy. It
Yes.
took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of reaching out to people.
Mhm.
I was one of those people. I'm a person that, I'm an introvert. Most people see me and they see me out. They
Yeah.
see the radio show, all that. They think I'm an extrovert, but I'm an introvert to my core, and I always had people around me that showed me love, but the minute I found that I discovered how to love me,
Mhm.
oh, I was free. I was
Wow.
free. And
Woo.
that moment, from that moment, I never let anything hold me back. I became fearless.
Come
Um, I just, it's just one of those things. A lot of times people don't know how to get out of their own way. And I have to say, with, a few things I've been through, car wrecks, medical things, surgeries,
on.
that kind of thing, medications, all of that. When in certain points of my life, I was kind of counted out, you
Mm.
know, uh,
Yeah. Oh
by
yeah.
society, by medical standards, that kind of thing. But I always pushed through and I always made it through on the other side. So for me, when I had a car wreck in September of 2016, I had a lot of time on my hands to reflect,
Mhm.
you being in a wheelchair,
Mm.
being that person that anybody can call and, hey, I need a ride, or hey, I need to go here, or I need to do this, I need to do that. Then I was that person that was
Mm.
calling other people, but I realized at that moment I didn't know how to.
Mm.
And my parents were great during that time. They, really from the beginning, my entire family, both my mom's side and my dad's side, they really put the foundation in me in regards to family and home and community, and they never let me forget it.
That's
So when I was doing that reflection time during that wreck, it's only so much Netflix you could watch. I mean, I tried it. I
good.
read every book that I had, and I'm a person, I read 3 books a week.
Yes.
So, when I exhausted my library and was going through other people's library, and I started thinking, okay, if I'm on a physical therapy schedule, these are the days I have physical therapies. I know the next day after physical therapy, I'm not going to feel well. But if I schedule my physical therapy in the afternoon, maybe in the morning, I can utilize my time. So during that time, I planned out my vision. I
Mhm.
planned out what I wanted for myself. And
Yeah.
I learned how to get out of my way and decided at that moment for the rest
Mhm.
of my life, I was
Yes.
going to serve my community. You know,
Wow.
I, I battled back.
Mhm.
So and instead of the wheelchair that they told me I was going to be in, and I could still pop wheelies, by the way, I'm very good at that. I can pop a wheelie in a wheelchair. And I went from wheelchair to crutches to a cane. So now I walk around with nice fancy canes because I figured if I have to walk with one, might as well be a cool one,
Come
and
on.
let it be a showstopper, and let it be one of those things that people see. And
Awesome.
I don't hide my physical disability. I got over the initial anger of my life being different. I was a person that used to travel from here and there and take planes and get in my car and drive to Chicago, drive to California, drive to Florida, New Orleans. Now it's like, okay, well, now you have to be pushed through a wheelchair. And at least everywhere I go, I have VIP parking. So, hey, you have to look at those things.
That's right.
You have to look at those things and just be grateful for the fact that, not only do I represent myself as being African American, I represent myself as being a woman, I represent myself as being a part of the, the physical limited crew, disabilities category, but I decided that, we just a different part of the cool kids club. We just a different type of cool. And uh, I took those things in stride and I internalized it. And, I went through some life changes, some religious changes, that type of thing. And from that, I became totally free. And I let go of that baggage. I let go of that old Candace. I let go of those old friends, those bad habits,
Yes.
all those things that will weigh you down and pull you down. And I decided to walk into what I wanted my life to represent and who I am as a person. It's one of the things you've been doing it all your life. And then one day somebody says, okay, well, you always done that. So why did you decide to do it on a more formal scale? Because I want to help more people. And the only way I can do that is if I'm visible.
That's right. That's right. Wow, that is an awesome story. I mean, you're really an inspiration. And you mentioned that during your transition from your car wreck up until you discovered the new Candace and transitioned to your new you and you became unstoppable. That I just believe that it developed the confidence that you have today, and thus is the title of your interview in the magazine. And so I want to touch a little bit about that confidence and confidence in business. With that, when that confidence was built up, you became unstoppable. Tell us how how you just emerged into that beautiful butterfly of the new Candace Joseph with your confidence.
I've always been a person that kind of I was the person that was known by everybody, but I was also that person that people overlook.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really a part of my strength.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I said, okay, I'm shy. Sometimes I can be a little socially awkward. And how can I help people? How can I put myself on display in order for people to know me?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that Toastmaster thing. I was one of those people that would get into an elevator in downtown Houston and press the floors and speak to the people as they get on the elevator. Hey, how you doing? You watched the Astros game last night? I had to find my voice.
Wow.
In business. I had to find my voice as an entrepreneur, and I had to do it my way. So many people out there, they mimic what someone else is doing, or they copy somebody else's style, mannerisms, the way that they run business, the social circles they hang out with. But like I said, I was one of those people that hung out at the awkward kids table at lunch. I was one of those quiet rides, like, okay, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to observe, and then I'm going to come through and shine. So for me, anything that you do, you figure out a way to shine. You figure out how to tap into your best self and bring your best self out. You might not have all the answers, but at least you can walk in the strength of your knowledge, strength of yourself, and strength of your love for what you do. And for that brought out the confidence in me to be able to step forward and lead a team, a powerhouse team, and to grow organically. We didn't rush the process. We didn't go out and put out 50 million flyers and take on 50 million customers. We didn't do that. We started slow. We wanted to hone our craft and hone our skills and figure out how to bring about the perfect blend.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have people that back you and you have that confidence inside of you, even if sometimes you have those shaky moments where you're not sure, just you have to be able to look in that mirror at yourself and say, you know what, today I got this.
Yes.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Amazing. That's amazing. And I love the way you just turned that into a beautiful just analogy, how you just turned it into bam, you know. So with that confidence in business now, and even as you were, like you said, you were growing organically when you didn't have the confidence as you have now, as that transition was coming and you were starting off in the business, you had to get to that point where, you know what, I know we can do this. I know we got this. Let's just put it out there and we're gonna go with the flow. I mean, you put your business out there with confidence because you didn't know if people were going to accept your business and what you do. So tell us how important that is for someone to believe and have that confidence, even in the services that they provide. Because if they go out or they present to someone, you know, scaly, the client is going to see right through them, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I'll get back with you. You know, tell us how someone can build up that confidence in their business.
Well, building up confidence can come about in different ways. The first thing for me is that you have to truly know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to know your personality. You have to know what kind of people you can deal with. You have to know your strengths, your weaknesses. You have to take that internal look at yourself and say, hey, I know I'm good at this. I might not be good at that. I might need some coaching. I might need some training. I believe in honing your craft. I don't care what it is. It could be food. It could be clothing. You could be a writer. You can, whatever you're doing, you can be an inventor. Know your field and become an expert. That's how you step out with confidence.
Yes.
And, hey, I'm not opposed to it. I get in front of a mirror and I talk to myself and I practice out what I'm going to say, or I'll call someone and say, okay, well, hey, this is my pitch for this company. Can you, go through my presentation with me? Sometimes we have to dig deep and be okay and putting things aside and asking for that help that we need. Because a lot of times people, they figure, oh, I'm a business owner. I got this. I'm a CEO. Yeah, but you could be a CEO and not know what you're doing too. So you have to be okay with knowing that you're going to, as some things fail, and in some things you're going to excel. So I tell my clients, I tell my friends, family, even people on my radio show, the listeners, I tell them, you have to learn to forgive yourself for your failures and your success. That's how you get to the breakthrough.
That's right. Oh my gosh, you are so on point. You giving out some nuggets and some wisdom here, Candace. And you mentioned like being a CEO, just because you're the CEO don't mean you know everything. I mean, I had to get so many mentors. I had to rebrand myself from another name or from another business. I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to get advice. So it's so important that even as CEOs that we don't put it in our mindset, oh, I'm going to do it this way. It's written in stone. I got this. I know it. I've been, we got to have mentors. And you mentioned that you have a mentor. I have like two and a coach. So it's so imperative that we got to have that other mindset who's been through what we're going through. Am I right?
You are absolutely correct. Like, this is the thing about me, right? I have mentors and I don't even know if they know that they are my mentors, but some I do have that I could call on speed dial and say, hey, I have an issue with a client, or hey, this is something that I'm thinking about for a client in this industry. Do you have a resource or an expert that I can talk to? Because, I'm a person. I don't want to talk to the man next to the man next to the man. I want to talk to the man. Right. I want to bring results to my clients. I want to build those connections between, different types of businesses and different types of nonprofits. I want people to know that, at the end of the day, we are a true melting pot of people called human. So we have to tap into that, and we have to be okay with reaching across the aisle to people who in everyday life you will walk past and not even know who they are. But at the same time, we have to reach down and lift up the younger generation so that they can know that they are worthy of more. They can tap into it and be anything they want. Yes. And, I tell people all the time, I don't care if you or the entrepreneur that you want to be and you're top CEO and you're making all this money. I don't care. I don't care if you are, the janitor at the school. Be the best in everything that you do. Pull out the stops. Don't make any excuses about it. We all have those knockdown moments, but it's all about how you get back up and you fight another day. You know, every day we get 24 hours.
Yes.
It's all about what you're gonna do with your 24 hours.
Come on, sis. That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's so true. Oh wow, that is so true. And I just believe that some people, you're never too old to learn. I mean, that's just bottom line. I mean, you can't go in this life just because we have, MBAs and bachelors and associates or whatever, all this training. We got to understand that there's someone else that God has gifted with a certain creativity, a certain craft, a certain knowledge, a certain wisdom that you're gonna need. Thus, that's why we need those relationships with mentors and coaches and like the phenomenal team that you have when y'all come together and make things happen for your clients. So that is so phenomenal. I love it. I love the way you touched on confidence in business. So with purpose being one of my main, avatars that I like to touch on with Destiny Walkers Network, and I just believe, and you can agree to this or give me what you think about it, that each individual's purpose has to deal with whether they're going to do it in business, ministry, entrepreneurship, how they live their life, how they're married. So, give us a little bit on what your take is on purpose with entrepreneurship and how it can expand to other avenues in people's lives.
I look at it like this, right? We're all born with some type of gift,
Hmm.
no matter what it is. You can be someone that's a music savant. You can be someone that's a wordsmith. You can be someone who has that right palate, for cooking.
Hmm.
We're all born with a gift. Sometimes we may not know the roadmap to
Hmm.
get to where we want to be in regards to entrepreneurship. I
Hmm.
truly believe that when you are someone and you decide to become an entrepreneur, you have to have a vision that goes along with your purpose.
Yes.
Because your purpose is to do that thing that you do, that service, that
Yes.
product, that invention, those books, those plays, that music. That's your purpose. But
Yes.
you have to make sure that you know that along with purpose, you have to have vision.
That's
You
right.
have to see beyond yourself and be able to step back and take a 360 turn of you and of what you're doing, because the when you have a business,
Hmm.
it's a part of you.
Yes.
So you have to treat your business how you treat you. You can walk into your purpose and become an entrepreneur just by simply sitting down and taking out a blank sheet of paper and
Wow.
write out everything in life that you want to do. I
Wow.
did it when I was 19 and I wrote a exhausted list. I have 4 items left on my
Wow.
list. So it's like you can do whatever you want to do. Just make sure that when you form your business and you decide to become an entrepreneur, you remember all those resources. You remember that wisdom. You remember those lessons. You remember the people that gave you those lessons. And every day you tap in not only for yourself, but you tap in for them as well, because they were there the entire time. Sometimes we can have a gift or a purpose inside of us, right? And
Yeah.
we don't even know it. For me, I was 19, 20 years old. I was looking for a summer job. And my best friend, Sharita Laney Guillory, her mom, Miss Ruby Laney, owned a
Hmm.
temporary agency. So I was like, okay, let me see what kind of job she can get me, right? Just
Hmm.
something for the summer.
Hmm.
She said, okay, well, meet me in my office, get in the car with me, let's go. So we went to Macy's and she bought me suits
Wow.
and she had me change in the dressing room, tear the tags off. And she said, okay, we're going to a business meeting right now. And I
Wow.
said, what do you mean? She's like, just based off of conversations that you and I have had, when you come around the house with Sharita, you're going to be a business owner one day. Let me
Wow.
show you how to walk into a boardroom and present yourself. Let me show you your worth. Let me show you how to price your skill set. This is how you operate. And it
Wow.
just went from there. So for me, I had to make sure I never forgot the lessons that she gave me 20 years ago when
Mm-hmm.
I decided to open up my own company. You can
Mm-hmm.
have greatness inside you. My dad says this all the time, right? He said, if someone points out your greatness, who are you to ignore it?
Wow.
Who are you to ignore your greatness? Who are you to ignore what someone sees in you? But it's
Mm.
all about you pulling it out and making it happen.
Yes.
So I found my purpose, and my purpose is small business and
Yeah.
nonprofits and helping people with growth plans and helping people with social media. That was my purpose because of all these years, all the jobs I've had, all of the seminars I've taken, all the conversations, people I've met along life, they all taught me something about business or people, or just to remind me sometimes that I'm human and not superwoman. And I take those with me every day. Every day I look in the mirror when I get dressed and I see those people in my eyes reflecting back at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to tap into the purpose that they have seen all along in me. I just
Yes.
decided to clean a mirror and see it for myself.
Wow, that's beautiful, and it's so on point, so true. I mean, it's often that something that I tell my clients, even when I have them fill out a workbook, is always, if you don't know what your purpose is, go to the people who you grew up with. Go back to your childhood. Go back to the thing that you like to do when you were in school or in college. It was always there. You just never realized it because your mindset wasn't on it. It was a whole different journey for you at that time. So discovering a purpose, it doesn't have to be hard for people. I think they just make it hard because they're trying to overthink it, and they're trying to, sometimes, not everybody, they're trying to look at the high fame or the high status of everybody else and say, oh, well, I want my purpose to be like that. Well, your purpose may not be what another person's purpose is. What were you? Who were you? What kind of person were you growing up? What kind of person did other people see you as? Like your friend's mom saw you. She said, I saw you as a businesswoman, just from being over at the house or just from your conversation. And
Yep.
it's always there. Like you say, we're born with the purpose already. And sometimes we just need others to, bring that to our attention and help us, discover that. So that's beautiful. I like that. Thank you for that. So you are also an awesome radio host. Let's get into the business knowledge broker hour. Let's put on the radio host hat now for a minute. So
At that moment, I would take off the pearls.
take off the pearls and let's get the radio hats, okay? But which I actually had an opportunity to be on, to be a guest on the Business Knowledge Broker Hour. So yeah, give us some intel about this phenomenal radio show here. Well, how did it come into rotation? And yeah, just spill the beans.
Okay, so this is a thing too, right? This is all about that whole point about confidence in business. Most
Yes.
people that meet me think that I've been in radio forever. All of this. Uh, Really, I got the radio show based off of the strength of one interview that I did on with a local radio station, KCOH. I
Mm,
did one interview in December of 2019 that basically it was kind of like my show where they let entrepreneurs come on and talk about their business.
mm,
And the host was Ant and Aisha, Anthony Frazier, who I have a personal relationship with. That's my cousin. He was the host. And so somebody didn't come through, and I was always like hitting them up over like months. Hey man, if you ever have a slot, let me know. Hey man, if but I'm that awkward, shy relative. So
wow.
one day he called me up. He said, well, hey, I got someone dropped out. Can you come on at the end of the show? And I was like, yes. So I did the interview, and people gave it such feedback. When he decided to have his own radio station, High Volume Music Radio, he asked me if I wanted a business show. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh yeah, no problem. Okay, sure. Then it was like, call my team up and say, okay, so I did a thing. And usually when I say, okay, I did a thing, they all cringe. And, what'd you do now? I said, well, I have the opportunity to do a business show or a radio show. And it's like, well, okay, well, we know you love business, but how much of accounting and things like that can you talk about? So I said, no, I'm going to give people the same opportunity that Aunt and Aisha gave me on their show. So I'm going to give out, I'm going to give out some knowledge. I'm going to give out some business knowledge, some business tips, and let people know what's going on in business and how they can excel and elevate they have going on. But I'm also going to reach out to those golden gems, is what I call them. I call them golden gems. They are people that may be a part of a marginalized community. They may not have that budget right away. They may not have all of the bells and whistles they need to make their presence known and make them stand out. So I decided that's who I'm going to interview. So yeah, first few shows I had like 5 listeners. 2 of them were my parents. Thank y'all, parents. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
While I worked my way through it, because at that moment I became host, I became engineer, I became producer, I became the script writer. I had to do my own engineering in the studio because it was just my first show was so amazing. My entire team showed up, and one of the nonprofits that I work with locally, Reviving Restoring Pearls, their founder, Yamika Harmon, and their president, Cassandra Fry, they were my first guests. And I let them stay the whole 2 hours because I didn't know what I was doing. And I knew that my friends, they get on the mic, they was gonna like to talk, and we would sit there and listen to music. And everybody stayed the entire time for my first show. And every week I just got better. I was mentored by Anthony Frazier, the owner of Have Our Music. I was mentored by my brother, Gregory Joseph, and, Corey Bird. He was the person that really pushed me for radio and told me, like, you have it. You just have to find what it is. And he helped me along the way. And he made me some catchy theme music along the way, for the Business Hours Broker Hour. And, on my every show, it just hypes me up. And so he's like, yeah, you need some theme music. You need an intro to hype you up. Because I'm shy. I'm introverted. Even when I go Facebook Live before my show, I'm kind of like, okay, all right. And people are like, wait, but how can you be so confident in business? And so about the radio, I had to learn how to be comfortable in the radio space. And I've done that. And I've met some amazing people along the way.
Yeah.
Every week I post my show lineup, I get more and more excited. Every time, Greg brings me the edit for what he's going to post on YouTube and on the Business Knowledge Broker Hour show, and what we give to our guests. Because that's just the thing. On my show, you don't pay a fee to come on my show. It's my airtime. I pay for my airtime. So I give those jewels the time that they need to get their greatness out there. And we do some video, and we give them the video. Why? Because that's a marketing tool. So while they're coming on my show and I'm learning from them, and they're giving the listeners jewels and giving me jewels too, why not produce something for them so they can always remember that moment where they became visible?
Yes.
And that's what we do. And we do it. We don't charge a fee. We welcome anybody from any space. And the whole thing is someone showed me my greatness. They showed me the way. They gave me an opportunity. My team gave me an opportunity to show myself and shine. Why not make sure that other people shine too? So if this is one of the mediums I have to do it, then that's what I do.
That's right. And that's so beautiful that you have that platform where you serving, you give back, you pay it forward. I mean, that's just who you are. Like you say, someone gave you that opportunity to shine, and to show your greatness, and you're doing it the same for others. And like I said, I was able to be blessed to be a guest on there, and showcase my book, and just be humble and be in your presence and see how you do the ding dang thing, as they say, because it is fire. Okay, I really enjoyed that. And then people do have the opportunity to be in person in the studio and via stream, correct?
Yep, they can stream. We can pre-record. If someone wants to do a call-in interview, we can do that. We make it comfortable for you because our whole goal is to introduce you to a new demographic, a new audience. And whatever way we have to accommodate you, we will do that. And the thing about it is, my show is fun. It's not stiff. It's fun. I crack my very dry, sarcastic humor. I get loud. Sometimes I get a little preachy because I have to make sure that people understand the whole part of my show is to show community and also to give back to the community that's given me so much.
Yes.
I had great teachers growing up in Third Ward, which was, right, they call it Midtown now, but it's Third Ward. It was, my parents had great jobs, government jobs, but you know what? They never took me out of the hood, so to speak, because they wanted me to understand that we have to believe in community and we can't leave our community behind. No matter where no matter where you go away to go to college to, no matter what job, matter what ranking you have in a job, you always remember home. So for me, Third Ward is home for me. And I had great teachers at Douglas Elementary and at Ryan Middle School and at Jack Yates High School. I had great teachers and mentors that are still my mentors to this day. My dance instructor, Valerie Clauser, she was someone that told me back in middle school that in high school that I should have done marketing. Oh, when you go to college, you should study marketing. And then what am I doing at age 41? Marketing. So
again, people saw that purpose in you.
So you never forget, I had in ninth grade, I took an African American studies class from Ronald Mumphrey. He's now deceased, but he was someone who taught me about myself as being African American and taught me my history and told me to always be a knowledge seeker. So that's why my team for the Joseph Consulting Firm, they're called the Knowledge Brokers. Wow. We're brokering your knowledge. We're giving you knowledge. We want you. It's an exchange. So what I did was to pay homage to the team that's given me so much and give me so much energy and lighten up my day. I decided to call my radio show the Business Knowledge Broker Hour after my team at the Joseph Consulting Firm.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so beautiful. And it all just fit together like a hand in a glove. You, them, the team, the name, the radio show, everything just fits into who Candace Joseph is. I mean, it's just so awesome how your life just kind of just all fit together like a puzzle as you got older. That's so cool. That's so cool. So we're going to touch on, so now we know why you're the business guru. Okay, because you have all this knowledge and these experiences, and you're still giving back into business. Yeah. And you're still taking in, about business. So, I mean, you are, even you mentioned in the magazine, hey, call me. You put your personal number in there because you're just a giver. I mean, anything about business or the like of. You are a great source, and so I love the title Business Guru. It fits you. It fits you well, and it's who you are. So I love that. Yeah, I really do.
So I want to tell you something. It was something that I didn't mention in the magazine. I wanted to save it for this interview.
Okay.
When you asked me to be the first cover of your magazine, and we had that phone call, and you told me what it meant to you and what the vision and the people that you were going to cover meant. I have to say, like, when you were talking about givers, like, I was overwhelmed. I was happy. I was all of those emotions. And when we talked about the interview and all of that for the cover. I want to tell you what I thought about the entire time I thought about this magazine and thought about it coming out and thought about the pictures. I thought about my parents, Greg and Deborah Joseph. I thought about, these two teenagers, 19 and 21,
Mm.
uh, having a baby born at Jefferson Davis Hospital weighing only 1 pound and 13 ounces.
Woo.
No name, no
Wow.
name for 7 days. No, no, no. They didn't give them much hope as being young parents as to my survival.
Yeah.
And when I thought about everything that you asked me in the interview, um, I thought about that moment the whole time because you're right. Life does play a 360, and you look back at your life when you're given an opportunity like this to discuss yourself and give to other people. I thought about the doctors and the nurses. I thought about, my mom taking me to the hospital at 6 months old for having an asthma attack. I thought about my parents being young parents, not having a lot of money, buying their first house, and their 1 pound daughter is sleeping in something that resembles a shoebox because they're too scared they were going to roll on top of me, right?
Oh,
You think about those things when you sit back and you look at your life as a whole.
yeah.
I've always been a person that helped people. I used to do it because I was bullied a lot and thought that if I help people, then, maybe they'll like me. And then that was just me the whole time.
Yeah.
So when you asked me to do this cover, I'm not going to sit here and be remiss to say I didn't think about other women that I know and that I admire and great people that are doing something in the community. But I really hold it as an honor and in very high esteem that you gave me a gift.
Mm.
I'm always the giver. And so for someone to give me a gift and an ultimate gift like this to highlight myself, highlight my team, talk about my beginnings, it was very humbling and very overwhelming. And I just personally want to thank you for the opportunity because, you know, you and I met, it was just like one of those things.
Yeah.
And that's the way, like I said, people grow organically. And you became an Amazon best-selling author. It was like amazing. I felt like I was an Amazon best-selling author. It's just one of those things,
Yes. It's
you know.
like that divine connection. It's like we were meant to meet. Like we're supposed
Yeah.
to be friends.
And so for me, it was crazy because I'm a person, like you said, I'm a giver. And for me, the best thing, accolades and all of that stuff are cool. But the best thing for me is for someone to say simply, thank you. That's the greatest feeling ever. And whenever I hear it, I see it, and I see the gleam in somebody's eyes for something that my team created for them. I get like a warm, cuddly feeling, energized, like nerve ending, standing on edge. So when you asked for me to do this, it was like I didn't even know how to take this opportunity.
Yes.
But I have to say thank you for giving me this platform, and thank you for giving me this honor of being the first cover of your magazine. I look at it as something that's history making.
Yes.
That's history. So
Yes.
little old Candace, 1 pound, 13 ounces, someone that used to get bullied as a kid. I was a person that knew everybody, but nobody really knew me. I was a
Mm.
person that hid myself and hid my gifts for years because I couldn't get out of my own way. I
Mm.
was someone that used to cry in frustration and look at the mirror and didn't see me.
Yeah.
And here I'm giving this great gift. I
Oh,
don't. Thank you.
you are so
Thank you.
welcome. You deserve it because and it's I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You are so welcome, and I was honored. that, you accepted. It was like I say, it was just like that connection, like this was meant to happen. I mean, nothing else could have transpired but this, the way it happened and how it happened. And, I was just given the vision, and I obeyed, and I put it out there, and here we are today. So, do you have a copy of the Purpose magazine cover you want to show everybody? Um, um.
I do.
Let's get into that. It is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. Tell me, what do you think about it? You know,
I, I held it in my hands and I cried.
oh,
I cried because I thought about all the things that I went through. I thought about the overcoming of depression, overcoming of anxiety, overcoming of not feeling good enough or worthy enough, or not being that person that people wanted to stand next to in public and admit that they were friends with someone that was awkward and weird like me.
oh,
Um, I think that even as I look at it now, I'm very awestruck by it because it shows completion.
yes.
For the first time in my life, I've tried many things, I've done many things, I've been in spaces and around people who I've never thought that I would be in the same room and give the same energy and attention to. But this shows me completion of a job well done. People thank me all the time. My parents always tell me that I do a good job. My siblings, Courtney, Gregory, and Denisa, they tell me I did a good job. The 4 girls that I co-parented and raised since they were ages 7, 9, and 10, they always say, "Oh, you did a good job. Oh, you were awesome." But to hold this in my hands, it shows me that I created a vision that was bigger than me, and I completed at least only the first phase of my
That's
mission.
right. That's right. Oh, that is so inspiring, and it's beautiful. I love the cover. I love the pictures, everything that you sent. Everything happens for a reason. I mean, you were the first cover for a reason, and that space stayed open for a couple of days, actually. And so it was meant to happen. It was meant to be for you, and so it was definitely an honor to have you a part of this history, because even me as the producer and the director of the magazine, when I got the vision, I didn't take it lightly. I didn't say, no, that ain't gonna work out. No, me a magazine. No, if I hadn't not obeyed my vision, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So I had to realize, and this is for people out there too, when you're given a vision, when you're given something, don't count it as small, because it's not about you. It's about other people. It's not about, if it's going to work for you, but whose life is it going to touch? What difference is it going to make to other people's lives? So, no, it may not be like the next essence, or the next jet, that's okay. It's in our own
Not
space.
yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
Come on, then. Come on, speak.
Not yet. What I said about somebody spotting greatness. See, I see greatness. I see bigger. I see bolder. I can tell you the dreams I've had since you first showed me the cover of this. And I see greatness in you, and I see greatness in purpose, and I see greatness in the Destiny Walkers Network and what they produce. Just an amazingness of that. Your podcast is amazing. It's amazing. Like, I have a podcast and I'm on all the streaming stations as well. But, I've been holding back to release and put on new episodes because I wanted to sit back and hone my skills a little bit more in that space. But this is amazing.
It is. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for you. And this is something that can be repurposed. I mean, I already said when I was speaking to you over the interviewing process before it came out, that, and you just mentioned that this is going to be a part of history. There's going to be another September in 2021. So we're gonna have to go back to 2020, and we're gonna have to give, a history about the year anniversary, and who's gonna be on that cover? Candace. So I mean, it's so beautiful that you are a part of Destiny Walkers Network and what we can do for the community and empowering women. Your story and your interview is going to be seen by thousands of women, whether it's this year, next year, or whatever. It's just like a written book. It's a legacy. Even my first book from 2017, it's still on Amazon. People can still order. So it's going to be here.
It's
People
amazing.
are gonna see it. Yes. So
And
I'm glad.
I think that's the thing. Like when you asked me, it took me. I had to process. You know what I mean? Like I had to process because I had to look at it like this. Like I have a genealogy company, right? And I've been running that for 13 years. And I help people find pieces of their history. I help them go back and find those hidden jewels, those great people in history that done something great, and know that, and I connect people to who their family is, and even people that they didn't even know were family. I connect them, and I still do that to this day, right? And for me to sit back on this moment, and I've researched my family tree on both sides back to 1640. And for me to look at 100 years in the future, I became a part of history.
Wow. Yes.
Thank you. My whole team thanks you. When they looked at the magazine, they screamed, they cried, they were like, wow.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's amazing. The pages are amazing. The articles are amazing. They're amazing. Like, hello.
Come on, show us.
Look at that side by side. First issue. Look at that side by side. Oh, look at those CEOs.
Black CEO.
And just think, it all started from writing down something that you wanted to do and a goal that you have for yourself on a sheet of paper. How amazing is that?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
This is life-changing for me. And you will always have my support in whatever you do. I don't thank you. That's the only word that I can put together that really tell you what this means to me, because you saw my greatness and you put me on display. I don't know. It's nothing I could ever say that could take me away from this moment. It's nothing that anybody can ever do to take me out of this headspace and happy space and fill up my happy bank. This is completion. Completion for you as being a new magazine. First issue is out. It's out and it's in our hands. And this is completion for me to know that someone sees my hard work.
Yes, definitely. You're definitely deserving of it. You're definitely
and my team.
And your team.
Thank you. I can't thank my team enough. I can't thank my brother enough for capturing the pictures of the team. Yes. Our quarantine photo shoot here at the compound, with COVID-19, I turned it into a production home and office space for everybody so that we're all safe. But this is amazing. Thank you for this gift. This is a gift, and I will cherish it always. My dad bought enough copies. I got one in the room. It shows completion. Thank you. And maybe that's the reason why I went 7 days without a name.
Oh, don't make me cry. You are so welcome. And we actually put that phenomenal, inspiring, and touching story in there. So guys, you've got to order Purpose magazine. I mean, it's only $5.99. I mean, we're not doing this to boast. We're not doing this to brag. We're doing this to empower the next generation of women. We're doing this to help other women know that, if Candace Joseph, who, as she told us her story, was in the hospital for 7 days without a name, and this woman is made history and have created from her heart and from scratch and from hard work who she is today, then there's hope for other women to do the same thing and purpose in their life. And so it's definitely an honor to me. It's just an example of how powerful, and even in this pandemic, you mentioned having a quarantine photo shoot. Even in this pandemic, how when you get, I believe I made one of the podcasts the other day, how opposition brings creativity, something to that effect. I said,
Yeah,
you can't sit at home and not let your creative vision and your creative juices flow on paper and then make it happen. You can't. There's people out there waiting for us, waiting for you.
And this is the thing. This is the thing that I think about in regards to the time that we're going through with COVID-19. We are going through an economic depression. It's not a recession. This is a depression.
Yeah.
People are in spaces where they're in close quarters, and people have that uncertainty due to information overload in regards to the news and media and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I look at it as a great opportunity. And even for businesses that have slowed down, I call it the business remix. And that's what I do for clients. But I tell people, if you have thought about it, dreamed about it, you can't stop thinking about it, you're supposed to do it. You just need a roadmap to get there. You tap into your greater self to bring out your greatest power, and you will find your vision. You will find your way. And don't be scared to reach out to that community. I feel like this, if people can get together and have team mimosas and waffles on Saturday on Zoom, if people can have meetings, if people can, go through the education system online, if people can do all those things, you can start a business. You can write that book. You can do that play. You can sit there and choreograph, a dance. You can do whatever you want, because yes, while we're going through this process, and it is saddened because of the number of deaths, we also have to look at it and look at the opportunity that we're given to dig deep inside. And we have time. You can't go anywhere anyway. So to bring about your greater self, tap into you, look in that mirror, clean that mirror off. I got to the point where I didn't know who I was, what I was about, what's my identity, what's this, what's that. You have to tap into you to bring greatness out. Don't be scared of it. We're given something. Everybody has something inside of them.
That's right.
Now is the time to do that. If you want to make hair and nails, if that's your thing, if you want to make clothing, if that's your thing, do your thing. And do it without fear of judgment, without fear of validation. I had to learn that I don't need anybody's permission to be a CEO. I'm a CEO because I walk as one, I talk within strength and knowledge, and I take my place and my steps, and I do it my way.
That's right.
I invite everyone to tap into themselves and do it their way.
That's right. And that is a definition of being powerful, unstoppable, and unshakable right there. Those statements you just made. And you're all of them, all into the confidence that you have in your business and with entrepreneurship. So as we wrap up, I enjoyed this interview. It was so touching and heartfelt. I'm going to put your social media links up here for everybody to get to know who Candace Joseph is and the Joseph Consulting Firm. Follow this amazing team. You have every social media handle. You have the website. You have the email address for Joseph Consulting Firm and the Business Broker Knowledge Hour, which you can get on the radio show for free. She says she does not charge. Okay, for free. So if you're looking to get your purpose out there, to get some, just to get out there and be seen, please contact Candace Joseph info at josephconsultingfirm.com, right, Candace?
That's correct. And I am here for you. No business owner is alike. Nobody's personality is alike. Your ideas are different. You're unique. We don't all have the same fingerprints. So everything we create is for you. I'm that consultant that's like the neighbor next door. Don't ever think that you can't reach out because you think that money is an obstacle or you have a fear of failure. We're going to get you past that. And we're going to give you a roadmap to bring out your greatness and make you shine along the way. And not only are we going to give you the roadmap, but we're going to give you the education to go with it. We're going to tell you why we're doing the things that we're doing and why certain things in your industry you have to do. We're going to give you that knowledge, and we'll never leave you. You can always call, you can always email. We're right here for you. And anybody that's ever been scared, have one phone conversation with me,
Hmm.
and I'll show you the way.
That's all it's gonna take, okay? Oh, that's beautiful. Before we leave, I do want to give a shout out to the wonderful parents that are in your magazine interview for having such a beautiful daughter who is so humble and down to earth and did not forget her humble beginnings and where she came from. Thank you so much, mom and dad, for this wonderful jewel that you have as a daughter. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
Also,
thank you. And I like to give a shout out to my siblings as well. I want to tell Courtney, Gregory, and Denisa every day. I'm the big sis, but y'all inspire me every day. And in some respects, in certain avenues, y'all are smarter than me. And I take up lessons and love and light from you guys. You guys challenge me as a kid. You guys challenge me as an adult, and I can never replace it. To the 4 girls that I co-parented and was honored to raise, Jocelyn, Jasmine, Melissa, and Misty. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for calling me mom.
wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, guys, you heard it from Candace Joseph herself, the business guru, the phenomenal woman who she is. I mean, you can't go wrong with Joseph Consulting Firm. It is a one-stop shop. Everything you need from the beginning to the end of your business creation and everything in between. Joseph Consulting Firm does, and they do it well. So please reach out, please, please, please. It is my pleasure, and it's been an honor to have you as my guest, to have you as a friend, and to have you as Purpose Magazine September 2020 cover issue. Guys, go order your copy right now because it is loaded with empowerment, with businesses. Guys, she even wrote an article. She even got it. Even after the interview, guys, this is how much wisdom she's giving us. She even got an article. Let me turn to the article. Wait a minute. This is the business guru. Wait a minute. Where's the article at, guys? She even got.
Why hoard it? Why hoard the knowledge? Why hoard the gifts? Give it away.
She even have an article, building business with a vision. Come on, guys. You gotta get this magazine and just get this knowledge.
So now I'm a published author too.
Come on. Yes. Oh, and speaking of that, you are a published author because it's already in the making. We're gonna be shouting her pre-orders here in the next couple of weeks for her book. But guys, order the magazine, purposemagazineonline.com, and order your September copies. They will always be available. We have our second order already shipped. My first order already shipped, which is what me and Candace have right here with everyone who ordered and supported. And the second shipment is going out. We're going to give you guys one more day. We have 12 orders so far for the second shipping. If you want to get in that 12, go ahead and order between now and Friday. So you get your second orders by next week of the Purpose Magazine. And then you can always go online and order. It'll be there because it's history, right? It is going to be there. So thank you so much, Ms. Candace Joseph. I love you. I love you. Love you. Nothing you can do about it. Okay. We are definitely divine sisters. We are collaboration partners, and we will be friends for a lifetime. So I appreciate you.
You already know it.
Thank you to that amazing team. I'm going to meet them, the phenomenal ladies and men one day. I met brother already. I met brother Joseph. He's a phenomenal talent with the camera and the technical side of everything. And so I love the work that he does. Guys, reach out to Joseph for some photography and business as well in the technical aspect. That's it, guys. We are ending our show. Thank you again, Candace. I appreciate you. Again, I love you.
One thing, I want to thank my team. I want to thank Brandy Campbell. I want to thank Sharita Laney Guillory. I want to thank Osha Lawson. I want to thank Corey Bird. I want to thank Gregory Joseph. I want to thank Danielle Ford. I want to thank Deja Sattler. And I want to thank Ari Nicole Ford. And I would be very remiss if I did not mention, even though he's not on the website, the chairman of the board, Gregory Joseph Sr. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Deborah Joseph, my mom, for always believing in me and giving me that tough love. For giving me that tough love. And I think that job well done to my parents and job well done to my team. Yep.
I gotta do like a drive-by shout out while you talking.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love it.
And
They are beautiful. It came out so phenomenal. Thank you to the amazing team. I know they're all watching because they always have your back 24/7.
yeah,
Just
they're
ain't no question.
watching. They're in another room.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. All right, team. Whoop, whoop. All right. Well, we're going to see y'all again on another time. Thank you so much. Guys, a real quick announcement for the Destiny Walkers Network show. We will be off the air for the next 2 weeks. We are transitioning into a collaboration with C1 Media. Well, we will be on the smart TV apps, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Android TV. So we're going to have to transition and get that together. And so, yeah, so pray with us on that, and we'll be back up and running in probably the middle of October. So that's it. We love you all, and I'm going to miss you all. And so I'll still be out there, though, somewhere on social media. So until then, thank you so much, Candace. We'll talk soon, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Good night. Thank you.
You're so welcome. It's my pleasure. I'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.